going on, Jerome's? So you knew that the Rams were coming in team of destiny, right? And you knew that the Vikings weren't going to get a single call in this game, but it didn't matter. Like, the embarrassment, I mean, I know that people are going to say, hey, 14 wins is a great season, especially when you were expected to have over under 6.5 wins. But at a certain point, that doesn't matter, right? And it's actually comical that the Vikings only lost to two teams this year, went 14-0 against everyone else, and they didn't even make the divisional round, right? And you could accept it if this was a close game. It wasn't. You could accept it if the Lions game was close. It wasn't. And this isn't Darnold turned back into a pumpkin. This isn't this team overachieved and they ran into two good football teams. This wasn't it. This was a damn good football team, and Sam Darnold played some high-level football this season. But the last 8 quarters of football have been some of the worst I've ever seen this team play. And I'm not even talking about this season. I'm talking about all time. Like, I wasn't around for the Les Steckel 84 year, but I assume that that was on par with this. Like, we've seen some embarrassing, terrible Vikings football throughout the years. This is up there with, like, take the records away. The way that the Vikings played the last 2 games, you wouldn't know if they had 14 wins or 14 losses. And it's disappointing. It's inexcusable. And I know that we'll get back into the, golly willikers. Well, they tried their best, and it was a free roll. It was house money. I mean, that's true. Doesn't feel like it right now, right? Because these opportunities don't come around very often. And this team was playing 8 quarters of football ago, 4 halves of football, 2 games. This team was playing for the 1 seed. And they just completely shot themselves. And a lot of this is on Kevin O'Connell, right? Hey, 13 wins, 14 wins, that's fantastic. But how do you just not show up for the biggest games of the season twice? No one was prepared. Offensive game plan, predictable, no adjustments, and you got to stop setting bad NFL records. Darnold was tied for the most sacks in a NFL playoff game. If you got a question or comment, toss a couple bucks in the super chat. We'll get to it. Trust me, we'll get to it. This is going to be extended gripe fest, man, because it's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And don't want to call out certain players, but there was a couple that already had their mind on Cancun, right? Just the execution of the offense, just the effort on defense, the tackling. Ay, Dios mío. Oy. It's rough, man. Nah. Anyways, this was a feel-good season. Oh, by the way, I swear to Christ, say Cameron Bynum got a turnover in the 4th quarter, and if they did the turnover celly when the Vikings were down 27-9, I would have flipped over a table. I would have done that. Anyway, so let's dive on in here. All right. Hobart Curtis, $15. We had a great year of Vikings football, when by all rights it should have been nothing at all. JJ will lead us to the promised land. Thanks, Andrew, for the great content. Let us now watch the Lions fall. Yeah, now my Super Bowl champion is whoever beats the Lions. Richie Hicks, $5. What up? Man. Like, I know that things will settle back in a couple of days, but Vikings had a huge opportunity here, right? And they just completely poo-pooed. It happens. CB Nisus, $5. This team was good, but not when it mattered. Not saying firing Kevin Collins is the answer for an offensive head coach. Going out like that is embarrassing. It is embarrassing. And like I said, it's not like the Vikings played the little sisters of the poor, the rest of their schedule. Like, they had some good wins against very good teams, but just the way that things ended up is just, Oy. Bradley Siri, $5. How do we stay hopeful even in a great regular season next year when you know this keeps happening in big games? Love your channel. They got to prove it. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Like, things don't change until things change. All right. And, J.J. McCarthy, he is an MFer. He does have that killer alpha attitude. Oh, but he was a run-first offense. Please. Just give it time. Give it time, man. I don't know. How much could we get in trade for Kevin O'Connell? No, I'm just kidding. But how much? Honestly, you have to. I understand, like, some people are mad. I mean, people probably lost a couple parlays, couple of jelly beans on the game, but I mean, it is what it is. And honestly, if you don't laugh, like, you're gonna have a rough time, man. The Orish American, $10. I paid down my credit card early for this. So why bother limping in the playoffs? F Darnold. Never trusted Ginger is what I've been hearing. But to be fair, he didn't play the Eagles anyway. It's kind of fair. I mean, I honestly, Sam Darnold had his best game of the year against the Packers, Week 17. In 8 quarters of football, he may have cost himself $60, $70 million guaranteed, because it was a fait accompli. He was going to get a 3, 4, 5 year, multi-year, high guaranteed deal in free agency or a tag and trade. Now, I don't even know what he gets, because in the 2 biggest games of the season, he was atrocious. And you could say confidence, yes. You could say seeing ghosts, sure. You could say accuracy and mechanics were off. He was terrible. And also, he had 6 sacks against the Lions, 15 sacks in the last 2 games. Not all of them are on the offensive line. A lot of them are on him hanging on to the football. And it still sticks with me in the first half, the sack that Reisner gave up to Kobe Turner, when it was just a simple wide receiver screen to the left to Jefferson. Jefferson was wide open. It was blocked up. Darnold looked at him. He didn't throw it. So that what makes me... I don't know. Was he purposely trying to lose the game? Don't know. It's kind of how it looks. Jay Burner, $2. What sucks is that no team is going to pay the tag. It's fair. Yeah, at this point, probably not. Joseph McShane, $20. Let Kwesi go. We can't draft. Every pick he's made bust. Addison suspended next year. I trade Kevin McConnell for picks. He's late corp. Yeah, not fishing that. I understand things are emotional right now, but nah. Abe Olson, $2. Going outside in my underwear so I can feel something. It's not a bad idea. Jack Bootram, $10. Oh, it's kind of funny. So most of my neighbors have like these newfangled Christmas lights that you can change the color, and it's like LED, whatever. So the entire neighborhood was like purple and yellow. I looked outside at halftime. All the lights were off. And I don't think that they were conserving energy. I don't think that was it. Harrison Sweeney, $10. Makes the Giants loss feel better. At least they tried in that game. Kevin Conley didn't even do a good job pretending like he was trying to win there. Yeah, that's what pissed me off too. Second half, there was no urgency. Like they weren't running 2-minute drill. It's almost like Kevin O'Connell was just saying, like, here, Sean McVay, here, have this win. Like, I mean, the Vikings' chances were slim. They were none the way that Kevin O'Connell operated that second half. Just ridiculous. Oh, man. Orange American, $5. Hot take. Get rid of O'Connell. Tired of nah. CB of the nicest, $5. The team was good, but not when it mattered. Not saying firing Kevin Collins is the answer, but for an offensive head coach going out like that is embarrassing. Did we read that one? We might have. Brady Sean, $5. How do we stay hopeful? No, we read that one. All right, I think we're catching up. Hadrian, OG Jerome, $5. Sam fell apart after being hoisted up post-Packers game. Hitman didn't deserve to go out like this. Hopefully Philly and the Rams both lose next week. No, I'm rooting for the Rams now, because then they could take out the Eagles as well as the Lions. Lane Films, $14. $14 for 14 wins. America's quarterback. Thanks, Ader, for making this year fun. And I know that people are going to look at this with revisionist history, but Sam Darnold, after the Packers game, legitimately was playing like a top 5 quarterback. And it was an honest conversation of if the Vikings would bring him back. And I know that the last 2 games are going to completely whitewash that, but it's true. But he completely threw it away. Actually, no, he didn't throw it away because he held on to the ball too long and got sacked. That's what happens. Derek Baker, $2 again. I see my super chat earlier. All right, we'll try and find it. Again, Again, the scrolling is not good here. Chris Weil, $5. I don't want to blame on O'Connell. Receivers open across the board on the sack. Sam has to go. Good riddance. Jalen Naylor should have had 3 touchdowns in this game. At least 3. Thomas Larson, $5. Can my day get worse? I go back. College Minnesota got their ass kicked again. JJ Mania, here we come. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Josiah Thompson, $2. Sell the team. Nah. Wolves are great. Imposter B, $10. Such a painful way to lose a remarkable season this season. We went for Kyrie. Do you think Kevin Conley should get up play calling duties? I mean, that's something that should be discussed. Whether it's West, whether it's McCown if he stays and is elevated to OC, it's possible. Jack Bootram, $10. There was like 7 minutes in the game left, and they had 0 sense of urgency. Then they played up tempo, 4 minutes left. Pathetic effort. Like seriously, that's fair. They're looking like Donovan McNabb and the Eagles in that Super Bowl against the Patriots when they were down 2 scores. X-Banky, $2. Jett head coach for 8 straight quarters. Not a good look. He just doesn't want to lose. That's something that I respect about Jefferson. AL, $2. Longest franchise championship drought. It's sad. That's right. We got J.J. McCarthy. Abraham, $2. Darnold, 1 year, $5 million. Take it or leave it. I don't know if he'll get that. Like, Darnold literally went from maybe getting 40, 45, 50 million bucks a year in free agency to I don't even know if he gets back to the 1 year, 10 million bucks he got from the Vikings this year. That's how impactful these last 2 games were. And it's not Derek, I can't find your earlier chat. I'm sorry. Okay, I wish that they would make this stupid chat easier. Richie Hicks, $10. To my fellow fans, please do something to treat yourself this week. You deserve it. Tomorrow is a new day. Absolutely. Where you can be pissed off tonight, gallows humor and all that stuff, but you know, that's what we're good at, man. That's right. All right. Sorry, I'm trying to get to all these, but like I said, this scrolling is not. Orange American, $5. I want to hear K-Fan roast the Vikings tomorrow. But at the same time, what game we talking about? That's right. Brandon Nance, $10. Honestly, we need to get rid of Bradbury. Yes. But that's one of the goals for the offseason is that they need to completely gut the offensive line. Maybe consider firing Chris Cooper, the offensive line coach, because things just haven't worked out. Because, yes, a lot of the sacks are blamed on Darnold, but a lot of them are on the offensive line as well. And Brandel is not the answer. He started out great. Inert. Bradbury has been a problem for years. Get rid of it. Reisner should not be back for year 3. I don't care how influential his wife is on social media. He should be gone. And the Vikings need to go all in. Luckily, well, they're going to get a comp pick for Kurt. So they have at least 5. And they have $72 million in cap space. All in on Tevin, Jenkins, Ryan, Kelly, and especially Trey Smith. Everyone wants to be here. That's right. Brandon Nance, $10. Honestly, we need to get rid of Bradbury. Need a new left guard, and Kevin McCown needs to develop a short passing game. That's what's frustrating, too. Like, where's the quick game? Like, everything is long developing, play action, 5-7 step drops. Like, there's no adaptation. It's like we're getting a cheap imitation of Sean McVay. And guess what? It's good enough to win 14 games, but what about the games that matter? Yeah. Side note, if we as an organization don't start winning, Jettas will want out. I think that's kind of fair. Kelly Regas is $7 Canadian. Better not hear keeping the O-line for consistency this offseason. Nope, blow it up. Blow it up. Blow it up. Josh Brown's $2. Darnold was whack. Trade him for picks. All in on JJ. I don't even know if you can tag and trade him at this point. I don't think it's going to work. Big Chief Regio, $20. Love Kevin O'Connell. While I think he got out coach, Darnold is the reason we fell apart. Missing all the throws last week, missing people this week. I don't even think we franchise him. Stay for cheap or leave. I mean, he can battle Daniel Jones to be McCarthy's backup at this point. Baby Pluto, $5. I moved on to the next because thinking of now is sickening. Figure out the trenches through free agency. Since not much draft capital, it's all we ask for. Luckily, even though the Vikings don't have a lot of draft picks, they are going to be drafting number 24. And we made this point early in the week. Between picks 20 and 70 is where there's going to be a lot of nice in this draft. And also, this draft is really heavy on Vikings needs. Interior defensive line, cornerback, running back, interior offensive line. It's actually the perfect draft for the Vikings. Plus, they have a ton of money to splash around free agency. Sort of love that. Richie Hicks, $10 to all my fellow fans. Please do something. So we read that one. Again, I'm sorry for missing some of these super chats, but it just keeps jumping around. So, yeah. But overall, like I said, like Darnold may have tanked his value. And look, like I know that history is going to be whitewashed, but there was a stretch of about 7 games where the notion of bringing Darnold back or extending him wasn't insane. But that's how impactful these last 2 games were, right? So it's all J.J. McCarthy's show. I wish they would have showed him on the sideline because I'm pretty sure he made the trip. Just like staring daggers. It would have been great. Chat, $5. Kevin Collins going for a 4th and 2 around the 50 right before first half, giving them another change of momentum. No clue on Kevin Collins' thought process. They needed to do something. So I'm not mad at that one at all. Skull Valkyrie, $2. Seems like Sam tuned O'Connell out by the look of KOC. It's kind of fair. Skelky, $20. Thanks for another great season, Andy. Bring back football machine to get that Jerome Barty. That's right. Flexible Buddhist, $2. Jets was forsaken, and someone needs to be held accountable. I mean, this game was mainly on. Frankly, I didn't think that the defense played that bad outside of the first drive. And once the Rams got outside of the scripted plays, it's a lot like the Lions game, where the final score will belie how good the defense was. But if you get zero help from your offense and you're always on the field and you're losing the field position battle because special teams ain't that great either, I mean, that takes a toll. So overall, like, I think the defense actually played pretty damn good in this game for stretches. Oh, also, it's not halftime. There we go, postgame. Nailed it. Tall Grass Meander, $2. Wet farts of the postseason for 60-plus years. How? It's fair. And it really sucks that both of these last 2 games were blowouts. I mean, just let us miss a game-winning kick at the end, like we're supposed to do. I mean, let's give us a freaking chance, man. Def Not Nicky, $5. Only bright spot, at least we know Sam isn't the guy. Time to join my crack pipe now. I was gonna say, this is a game to get back to smoking again. Yeah. Imposter Beat, $2. Feel happy now. Thanks, Andy, for all the content. Hey, thank you. Mike D, $5. What up? What up? But now, hey, at least we got to talk ish about the Packers for 24 hours. It was glorious. And I know a lot of idiots are going to be like, well, we lost because you were talking poop about the Packers. Now, it's literally not how things work. I had zero impact on the game. That's how things go, man. But yes, we now know it's J.J. McCarthy's show. And I know that this is going to be more sunshine and rainbows coming up. Thomas Kane, $5. Help me prepare mentally which Vikings are gone next season. Also, does this hurt Flores' chances at a head coaching job? I think that it does. Even though, like I said, the defense played pretty damn good last 2 games. How far can I go? $5. Where will we be drafting with this lost in house cap upcoming free agency? I just said that. We're drafting 24th and we got $72 million in cap. Kelly Regas is $7. Who do you think gave up mid-game? Also, while I'm angry, I believe in free agency and the draft will be exciting and should be a wake-up. Please extend Darnold to the max. I think Beasley quit. But we like him a lot, so we can't say that. Also, I think a number of the interior offensive line were just like, nah. Harrison Sweeney, $10. Do you think this tanks Flores' head coaching chances? I don't think so. But it does raise the eyebrow a little bit. So here's why. Should be hopeful, right? So, offensively, Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson, Darisaw, O'Neal are all under contract and all under 30. Defensively, you got Turner, you got AVG, you got Grenard, Harrison Phillips, Pace, Cashman, and Metellus are all under contract and all under 30. So that's the core right there. Like, I know people make a big deal like, well, the Vikings are the second oldest roster in the league, blah, 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 blah. And also they make a big deal, well, the Packers are the youngest team in the league. Just because they're young doesn't mean that they're going to be better, right? Maybe they just have a young and crappy roster, right? And the Vikings, average age is jacked up by DePaula, Aaron Jones, Harrison Smith, Gilly, etc. So, Bonzi, $5. Kevin McConnell's literally the worst play caller, clock manager, in crunch time. When it matters, the entire NFL, no awareness whatsoever. Why so slow and so many runs? It's fair. That's fair. Also, I saw the graphic where the Vikings have the least points scored in under 2 minutes in the first half, 18. Yeah. Wade Olson, $5. We should put Spurgeon Wynn or Joe Webb in after halftime. Like, honestly, Darnold was so far in his own head. Put in Mullins. They couldn't put in Daniel Jones because he was emergency third quarterback, but just put in Mullins. Just have him sling it. He's good for that at least. Elijah Witt, $2. How do I deal with the pain? Cocaine. No. Wake up tomorrow. Have a good meal. Get a good workout in. Hydrate. Have some peace. Don't watch sports cable television. Darren, $10. Did you notice they never mentioned State Farm Stadium? I did not, but that's interesting. Logo AM, $5. Get McCarthy in there. Draft a running back. Petition for Kevin McConnell to go play calling and set up JJ for success. Also draft Tate Ratledge. Need offensive line help ASAP. All in for all of that. Zach Fall, $5. Sucks because JJ will start take some time today to develop. We're probably 2 seasons away from a Super Bowl. I don't know. Jaden Daniels looked pretty good in year 1. Also, Jaden Daniels is like 75 years old. Also, I like all of the hype on Jared Verse because he's literally 3 years older than the Dallas Turner. Chris Wilde, but again, well, you're a hypocrite because you just said just because the Packers are young doesn't mean they're going to be good. It's fair. It's correct. Truthfully excited to see McCarthyism back. I would have gave up with Darnold playing like that. Kevin McConnell schemed open receivers all game, all on Sam Darnold. I mean, the receivers were open, and Darnold generally hit them all season long. Not the last 2 games. Minnesota man, $2 during 1 sack, a yellow throw, 3 times sacked. The 7th, 8th, and 9th sack of Darnold were completely inexcusable, especially the 7th one, where it knocked the Vikings out of field goal range, where he just kept backpedaling to the left, and I can't wait to check. Actually, I don't even know if I want to watch the all 22 of this, but I will guarantee that there will be receivers open. There was in the Lions game. Alder Smoke, $5. What I'll need to see is to believe in this team in a season where they win games dominantly. They won 14, but way too many of them were squeakers. It's kind of fair. That is correct. Skelly, $5. Just have to say this. Go look how shook Darnold looked pregame and how he looked in the camera pregame the last 2 games. It's so odd, isn't it? Where, I mean, the Vikings played high leverage games throughout the year, and Darnold looked good. And Darnold played his best game against the Packers, which was a must-win game as well. But, hey. Houdini, me, $2. Darnold seeing ghosts. Q Jefferson, cryptic tweet. Nah. Jefferson's not that kind of player. Martin Simpson, $10. A winning season is meaningless if you can't win a playoff game. It's kind of fair. Also, I love Troy Aikman saying, like, well, regular season is nice, but you have to get it done in the postseason. Oh, shut the hell up, Troy Aikman. Like, hey, you were gifted, first off, from the Vikings in the Herschel Walker trade, one of the greatest rosters of all time. You had the best offensive line in football. You had the great Jimmy Johnson defense. You had the all-time leading rusher in Emmitt Smith, and you had Michael Irvin. You literally had to complete like 3 passes a game to win a Super Bowl. That's it. Like, hey, where's the signature Troy Aikman Super Bowl highlight? There is none. Where's the signature Troy Aikman playoff highlight? Well, there's one where Harper and Irvin switched spots, and then Harper ran the slant. Wait, no, Harper ran the post, and then he hit that against the 49ers. That's it. That's literally the only Troy Aikman highlight. Hey, congratulations for just captaining the team when they beat down the Bills like 52-17. That was really big. Troy Aikman really doing a great job scoring those defensive touchdowns. Awesome. What does he know? Psh, please. Maybe I'm just mad at the world. It's also possible. Keller Gas is $7 Canadian. Can we see a depth chart prediction for next year's video? I'm serious. Who you think will be back? That's fair. Depth chart. Putting that down. I don't even know if I'm going to sleep tonight. Nah, I'll sleep like a baby. Maurice Boot, $2. Have we ever had a quarterback implode like Darnold? It's odd. It's odd. Again, the Vikings weren't playing Kent State or Tennessee Little Sisters of the Poor all season. They were playing some good defenses, and Darnold looked great. Darnold looked fantastic, but these last 2 games just completely died, right? And it's not like the Lions defense is great shakes. It's not like, the Rams defense is solid, but also they're not the 85 Bears. So it's befuddling. It's really, really odd. Andy Carr, can you make a video of the All-22? We'll see. There's so many copyright issues now. $10. Thanks for great content again all season. What is the answer for our run game? Do you think Jones is the answer? I think Jones should be back on a cheap deal, but completely overhaul the interior offensive line. I think that's where you start. Also bring back Cam Akers. Josh Brown's $2. Also draft Ashton Genty or Caleb Johnson or Hampton. Well, someone. It's a great running back class, man. Josh Brown's $2. Darnold was backpedaling to the 1800s back there. Oh, yeah, I got to do the Dearest Prudence. God, he sucks. Lasha $2. We lost to the same teams. That's kind of funny. Man, actually, it's just terrible. Let's look at the team stats. All right. So, again, the Rams are 2 of 10 on third down. It's just really frustrating. Vikings, of course, don't score in the red zone. Rams have way more penalties, except also the whole scoop and score thing. It seems like eons ago, but this is not a forward pass. And at minimum, it's grounding because Puka was in the area, except Stafford had zero intention of throwing the ball to him. It's just, I don't know. Rick and Bobby, $3 a game. Please do more streams during the off season. I think we might stream some of the other playoff games or during. We'll see. Yeah. But like I said, eventually the 14 wins in a 6.5 win over under season will make you feel good. It doesn't feel good right now because this wasn't a team that just overachieved. This was a damn good football team that did not show up the last 2 games, right? And you could say well, this is exactly who they were. No. I mean, this is on the players. This is on Kevin O'Connell. This is on Flores. This is on everyone. This is embarrassing, the way that they went out. Twice. Connor Hermanson, $2. Am I surprised? No. Does it hurt? Sure. Ethan Griffith, monthly drum. What's going on? This game is on Darnold, not Kevin O'Connell. I am Mo. At least now we have to address the interior offensive line skull. Well, it's on Kevin O'Connell because he's not just the offensive play caller. He's not just the OC. He's the head coach of the entire team. And he is an emotional EQ genius. But how do you not get your team up 2 games in a row, the most important games of the season? Also, after being embarrassed week 18, how do you just have this team come out so flat and unmotivated and lethargic and thinking about Mexico and just gone? That's the job of a head coach. Shecky, $2. Stream F1. You did Premier League. Did I do Premier League? I don't even like F1. I dislike that F1 now gums up and makes Las Vegas unable to go to for 3 weeks in November now. Ricky Bobby, $7 Canadian. But at what point do we reach Steelers status and something if needs to change? Well, Tomlin's last playoff win was in 2016. So how many years is that? So in 8 years, if nothing happens, that would be good. Expert, $2. At least the Wolves won tonight. Woo! Who they beat Memphis or something like that? Tool Restoration, $5. Peyton and Eli were begging Sam to get rid of the ball. When Eli Manning is begging you to get rid of the football, that's bad. Logo, $2. Well, now we can look forward to mock draft season. Hey, I'm not. I love the draft, but no. Nice is $2. Rumor has it Darnold put all of his $10 million money line. Yeah, actually, the biggest loser from this game is Sam Darnold's agent. He was going from negotiating a 5-year, $250 million deal with $110 million guaranteed to, I don't know, 1 year, $15 million, Band-Aid deal, bridge quarterback deal. Yeah. Anyways, Jay Mayfield, $5. What was the deal with the face mask? How do you get a call penalty without throwing a flag after play is over? So they said that they threw a flag late. Didn't see it. But it's interesting that how they can make a call after the play when they didn't do it in the first Vikings-Rams game. So odd. So odd. So odd. Skull Nuts, $5. Kevin Collins started to look like Marvin Lewis. When many regular season games can't produce in the playoffs. It's kind of fair. Chad Hoggan, $2. Who do you think is going to the Super Bowl now? Commies and Ravens. Oh, no. Or Bills and Rams. I don't know. Just as long as it's not the Lions or the Eagles. That's it. I don't care who wins from the AFC. I really don't. Anyways, that is it. Keep Skull alive. It's a fun season. Didn't end great. But at least now we have clarity. It's JJ McCarthy Show. I'll go from there.